Hello everyone, I am Brooke Bruk-Jackson, Miss Universe Zimbabwe 2023. I have been grateful enough to have lived in Harare my whole life. I was born and raised in Harare and my whole family is here. I went to school at Chisipite for primary and secondary school. And in about 2016, I was scouted by Boss Models, which is a big South African modeling agency. It's like one of the best. And I was still at school obviously then, so I couldn't just up and leave school. So the lady said to me, "Are you a model?" And I said, "No, I'm not, I'm still at school." And she said, "Okay, well, when you're ready to study and if you ever come to Cape Town, get a hold of us." And that was the start of my modeling journey and career. I then went to Cape Town to study. I finished in beauty therapy, so I am a qualified esthetician as well as a fashion designer. And in that time that I was studying, I was also modeling on the side. But just back then, the modeling was more of a hobby. It wasn't really something that I wanted to pursue because I loved the beauty industry more than the modeling industry. Like, that was just something that I had a passion for. And then I signed with them for about 2 years and I decided, no, I want to come back home. So I came back home and I started working at a beauty salon in Harare. And then one day a gentleman walked into my workplace with a lady, and so this is actually my whole start of my Miss Universe journey, and it's quite a crazy story. But he walked in with this lady and she was asking me what treatments I offer and the products we sell. And like mid-conversation, he said to me, "Do you have a piece of paper?" And in my brain, I'm thinking, like, this is so weird. Like, this is bizarre. I've never had this before. And I passed him a piece of paper and he wrote on it and he passed it back to me and he said, "Please answer this question." And now my head is like thinking, what the actual? And it said on the paper, "What do you find most unique about Zimbabwe?" And I said to him, "The people." And he said, "Give me more." And I said, "Why? Like, this is just weird." And he said, "Just give me more." So I carried on and I said, "The people of Zim are like the most unique aspect because you'll never come across anybody like a Zimbabwean." And he said to me, "Okay, well, please get a hold of this number." And he wrote down a number. He didn't tell me why, he didn't tell me who it was. He just said, "If you really want to know, you must phone this number." So the whole day now I'm like thinking, what should I do? Should I do it? Like, that was so weird. I can't even explain. But at the end of the day, I phoned the number and I said, "Hi there, I don't know you, you don't know me, but a gentleman left me your number and I have no idea why." And on the other side of the phone call was the director of Miss Zim. Her name is Tendai Hunda, and she answered to me, "Hi Brooke, I just got a phone call from my friend," who was obviously the guy, and he said that he sees a lot of potential in you to be our Miss Zim. And then she said, "We would love for you to come and audition if you're willing. Have you heard about Miss Universe Zim?" And I truly had never really heard about it because my modeling and my modeling career wasn't really in my brain at that point. So I wasn't looking for anything. And then again, pageantry is super different to commercial and high-end modeling, which I was doing in Cape Town. But I just thought, you know what, you never know what's going to happen. So let me just do it. I've got nothing to lose. And then I went to the auditions in person. And then a week later, I was in top 25. Top 25. And then they cut it down to top 12, which I was in boot camp with 11 other girls. And then, we were in boot camp for a week and it was really nice. I loved all the girls. We made such deep connections and just learning about each other, learning about our different cultures, different backgrounds, different everything really. And it was very cool and so much fun. And then we obviously had the show, the big day. But in boot camp we would train from oh my gosh, it was crazy. So training, meaning our walking training, we had a coach there, pageant coach, and we would train from 10 p.m. till 2 a.m. and then wake up at 5 a.m. to do gym, and then the whole day be busy doing, we would go on excursions. We went to Lion and Cheetah Park and just fun things that we do in Zim and the fun things that we have to do here. And then went to the pageant. It was crazy, it was chaos, honestly. Like, it's all the emotions that have been building up are now in like one day, one evening. And we did like three segments. So our bikini segment, or our costume segment, and then our national costume, and then our evening gown, and then they cut us down to top 6, and then from top 6 to top 4, and then 3, and then 1. And yeah, we had a question and answer segment with the top 6, and my question was, what is your biggest fear in life? And I answered saying, my biggest fear in life is not having an impact in other people's lives. So whoever like enters my life or walks, like who comes into my life, I would want them to leave feeling transformed and inspired, and not only, you know, just by the way I look, but by the way they feel after they have met me. Something I value in life is to value other people, because, you know, it's not always about giving someone something or in that sort of gesture, but it's more about making somebody feel valued, asking them their name, so that when they leave, they're like, oh my gosh, I'll always remember that person, instead of you being unkind and somebody not really feeling you in their heart. So that was my question. And then like a few minutes later, they called out my name, and I truly wasn't so much shocked, because I, first of all, I really didn't think that I was going to win, because I thought that because it's my first pageant, all these other, majority of the other girls have been like doing this for a really long time, that they probably would have more of an opportunity than I did. So when I won, I was shocked. Like, I can't even explain the feeling. I was like numb. It's crazy. It's like all a blur. But yeah, such an experience, and I'm very grateful for it. And my whole family was there, which was really nice, because I just looked at them in the crowd and went like, what? And they were also like, what? So yeah, and then fast forward from that moment, I had a month to prepare for the really big day, the Miss Universe competition. So it's not a lot of time. Usually, like, other countries get a whole year in advance to prepare. And also all the girls at the Miss Universe, majority of them have been doing this since like the day they're born. So they know how to walk, they know how to do everything. But yeah, I had a month to prepare, so I tried my best to get everything done in that month, my advocacy work. So I'm a very strong advocate for the financial inclusion of women in the informal sector, and mainly financial literacy, because I feel that our country lacks financial literacy. And so if people are not aware on how to spend, save and earn money, they'll never really be able to do what they really want to do in life. So to me, I find that women in our country are very, very talented, and they just need that extra leg up. And traditionally in Zim, women especially, are left behind. Like, the men go out and they do the jobs and whatever, and the women are left with their kids, and they can't really pursue their dreams. And if they are educated on, you know, financial literacy, access to microfinance, they will be able to do what they really want to do. So yeah, I want to make them feel that they're important and that they can do what they would like to do. And then yeah, so that was my first project, and I worked with women in Wangi. I did a big project with them. I raised $10,000 to go towards the basket weavers, so the Mabali basket weavers, the women who make the beautiful baskets, and a beekeeping project. I didn't have a lot of time, obviously, like I said, a month, so it was just chaos to try and get that all done. But I managed, and yeah, I trained. I got myself physically and mentally prepared to my most extent, because like I said, walking in pageantry is very different to like high-end and commercial. So I had to change everything, like you have to move your hips, like, yeah, it's hard. And then I was at Miss Universe. My mum came with me, luckily. So it's actually funny, she's always been a very big fan of Miss Universe, and like every year that it's on, she's always like, Brookie, come and watch. And I'm always like, oh, okay. And I like watch, even though I really love it, I'm like, oh, anyways. And And then I was there. We were in boot camp for 2 weeks in El Salvador. It was amazing. There was 88 girls, so I was the 89th. And yeah, it's just crazy. Like, it's a feeling that you can't really even describe, being in a place with that many women, and like, you don't know each other at all, and you're trying to learn about each other, and you're trying to connect, and it's almost so hard to get through to everyone because there's just so many of you. Like, I tried my hardest to speak to every single person, but some of them also didn't speak English, so it was a little bit hard, but we still managed to communicate in some sort of way or another. And then, yeah, I've made really nice friends, really nice connections with the girls, and it's nice to now know that, like, in majority of countries, I'll know somebody that I can just pick up the phone and say, hi, like, we were at Miss Universe together, I would love to meet you if I'm ever in that country. Like, I just think that's very cool. And then the big show, the big day, I feel like I was so numb. Like, I can't even tell you what I was feeling, because it was just, I was numb, to be completely honest. But I managed to make it into top 10 Voice for Change, which is obviously my advocacy work, and I feel that that is a significant win for our country, because it's, you know, it's not based on the way you look or the way you walk or anything of your outside appearance. It's all about what you say and how you're trying to change, you know, your country and using your voice for people to hear. So to me, that was a nice win for our country itself. And yeah, I mean, just the whole experience was something that I'll never forget. And now I really do have a platform to continue to pursue my projects and my community work and try and make a difference in our country. Well, when I was modeling in Cape Town, it's obviously quite hard to start like at the bottom of a really big agency. They almost only look after their highest and their best models. So to start from the bottom and get to the top, it's quite a climb, because yeah, they focus mainly on their best. And I feel that the moment that I really made it into like the modeling industry was truly when I won Miss Universe Zim, because like I was recognized in my own country, which I think is the most important thing. Like, I wouldn't want to be a public figure, a public figure in really any other country other than my own, because this is home and I would want people to know me here. I mean, it would be nice for everyone around the world to know you, but if I had to choose a place, it would be definitely here that I would want people to hear me and see me. So I think that was my like breaking point into like the big modeling era. And yeah, I just want to say, like, to anybody who is scared of pursuing their dreams, or they have a dream and they're just feeling like they don't deserve it, or they're not going to make it, that there's a few points that you just need to feel confident in yourself, and that if you believe that you can do it, then you can. I have this saying that I've always lived by. It's, you are who you think you are, so think positively. So if you think, I'm going to do this, you're going to do it. Like, even if you don't get to the highest point, you're still going to get somewhere. And even if you fail, like, that's a really good thing as well, because then you learn new ways to succeed. Failure to me is actually it's obviously you don't feel good when you fail, but I don't think there's any such thing as failure, because when you do, say for example, when you fall down, you must always get back up, because there's always new ways to like angle around it and do it another way to succeed. And don't let your fear get in the way of what you really want to do, because then you'll never really be happy. And just be you. And I also feel that if any opportunity comes your way, you must just take it. Just take it, because you never know where it might lead you. Like, for example, with what happened to me, I really didn't think that this is where it was going to lead me, and I just took it. And I just said to myself, I've got nothing to lose. So at the end of the day, any opportunity that comes your way, you must take it. And if anyone ever needs any help or any advice in the modeling industry, I'm always here. Our modeling industry in Zim is obviously not very big, but we're trying to push it to make it make it a big thing. So if there's people out there who need help and anything, I am always here. And yeah, I'm gonna just try keep pushing with my advocacy work and my projects, and hopefully partner with a corporate in which so basically my project, my advocacy that I'm very passionate about, it's very big, like it's vast, and so I can't really just me as one person go and like just keep giving out a lot of money, because then it's just not feasible. So I am hoping to partner with companies and a corporate which already have this in mind and who already work with the informal sector and financial inclusion, and then we'll just help push each other in that way. Like I will push their brand and they'll push mine, and we can work together so that we can really make a difference, and hopefully one day have my own foundation, my own orphanage in Zim. This is obviously something that's also very close to my heart, is the less privileged. So yeah, my heart has just always been there. And I would just like to end off by saying thank you so much to everyone who followed me on my journey and supported me on my journey. I really did feel and do feel a lot of love for you, and yeah, my journey definitely isn't going to end even when I have to hand over my crown. Like my journey is still going on. So yeah, thank you so much for everything.